Welcome, everyone. Today, I want you to stop whatever you're doing. Sit down, close your eyes for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this simple question. Am I really living, or am I just existing? Everyone wants to travel the world. They want their dream car. They want freedom, money, a peaceful mind, love, respect, happiness, a business they can call their own, a relationship that makes them feel alive, a life that feels worth living. But my question is this: what are you doing today to get all that? What are you doing right now to create the life you always dream about? Are you still making excuses for why you can't start? Are you still afraid of failure? Let me tell you a story about a man named Nick. Nick is one of the smartest people I know. Growing up, he was good in studies, good in speaking, and always had big dreams. But somewhere along the way, Nick lost his spark. He found himself stuck in a 9-to-5 job he hated. Every single morning, Nick would wake up tired, and every night he would go to bed frustrated. Every day felt like a copy of the last one. He would look at his friends and tell them, "Bro, this isn't what I wanted." When asked why he kept doing it, Nick's answer was always the same. Because it's what his family expects, because society expects it, and because people will laugh if he leaves. Nick was trapped in the prison of dreams, the prison of expectations. He was living his life just to make others happy, but as a result, he ended up hating himself. He would smile in public and cry in his room. He felt like a prisoner inside his own body. Nick didn't realize it, but he wasn't just killing time. Time was killing him. Every time he said, "I'll do it tomorrow," every time he spent one more hour scrolling through Instagram, every time he hit snooze on his alarm and went back to sleep, he was not just wasting time. He was destroying pieces of his life. Because your time is your life. He didn't feel it day by day, but slowly, life was moving, every second going away, and his energy was going down. Nick was trapped in his comfort zone. He would wake up, check his phone, eat something, watch videos, scroll Instagram, sleep again, and repeat. It felt easy and relaxing, but he was dying slowly from the inside. His comfort zone was killing his dreams silently, because there is no growth in comfort. He told himself, "I'll do it later." But that phrase was the voice of laziness. It was the voice of fear. One day, Nick realized that later actually means I don't want to do it at all. He was like a guy who wants to learn swimming, reads books on swimming, watches 50 videos, buys the best swimsuit, and talks to swimmers, but never jumps into the water. Will he ever learn? No, because his mind had become his cage. He thought so much that he became tired before even starting, imagining the failure before even trying. He wrote the story of defeat before even playing the game. Nick understood that his biggest enemy was not outside. It was not his friend, not his family, not his job, and not his phone. It was him. It was the part of him that told him to quit, the part that said, "I'm tired," and the part that said, "It's okay to be average." He imagined two wolves inside him. One was lazy, negative, and full of doubt. The other was strong, confident, and hungry. He learned that the one that grows stronger is the one you feed. So, Nick decided to work on his willpower. He learned that if you don't train your willpower, your feelings will control your life. And feelings are liars. Willpower means doing the right thing even when you don't feel like doing it. The truth is, willpower is like a muscle, and the more you train it, the stronger it gets. To build his willpower, Nick had to stop complaining. People waste years crying about what they didn't get, making excuses about their family, money, or talent. But the most powerful people in this world often had nothing. No money, no support, no guidance, but they had hunger and fire. Nick thought about Oprah Winfrey, who was born in poverty and abused as a child. But today is a billionaire and one of the most respected people in the world. She didn't sit and cry. She didn't blame. She built. As Nick started building his new life, a new challenge emerged: comparison. He would look at Instagram and see people with better cars, better houses, and getting more views, and he would start hating himself. He thought his life was a mess compared to theirs. But then he learned a profound truth. You are comparing your behind the scenes with their highlight reel. You don't see their breakdowns, their pain, their loneliness, or their failures. The fastest way to kill your progress is to compare it with someone else's success. If a sunflower and a rose start comparing their heights and colors, they'll both forget how beautiful they are. He also decided to stop taking advice from those who hadn't walked the path. When his uncle told him starting a business was risky, Nick reminded himself that his uncle had worked a 9-to-5 his whole life. If you want to build a house, you don't ask the man who lives under a broken roof. Nick became the driver of his life, refusing to take directions from someone who had never driven. Nick used to wait for approval, waiting for a chance or a lucky break. But he realized this world won't pick you, and they won't clap for you until it's too late. You have to pick yourself. He remembered J.K. Rowling, who got rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was published. She didn't wait for someone to believe in her. She picked herself, and the world followed. He faced a hard, cold reality. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your problems, and nobody's coming to save you. People are too busy fighting their own battles. But Nick discovered a twist, that truth is your power. Because if nobody cares, then you are free to do whatever the hell you want. You are free to fail, to try again, to look stupid, to fall and rise again. Nick decided to take risks, knowing that without risk, there is no adventure, no fire, no growth, no story. He knew that at the end of his life, no one would remember how safe he played it. They'd remember what he created, what he dared, what he built. Nick looked at his life and decided he wasn't going to let his dreams rot inside his mind until they died in silence. He burned his fake life to the ground and started again. He changed his habits, his environment, and the way he thought. He realized life doesn't owe you anything. The world doesn't care about your potential. It only rewards your performance. If you're not proving your worth, life will ignore you. This life is not a gift. It's a battlefield. He stopped expecting life to be easy and started demanding more from himself. Nick took the pain inside him, the betrayals, the failures, the heavy heart, and instead of letting it destroy him, he let it build him. The strongest people in the world take their pain and use it as fuel. He turned his pain into art, into discipline, into motivation. He starved his distractions and fed his focus. Maybe you're listening to this right now, and deep inside, you are struggling just like Nick used to. Maybe you're pretending to smile outside but crying every night inside your heart. Let me say this to you. Everything will be okay. There is always, always a light at the end of the tunnel. Your worst days are not the end. They are the beginning of a stronger, smarter, more powerful version of you. You have no idea what you're capable of. You think you're weak, but you're not. You are not just a human being. You are a storm waiting to rise. And when you finally do, the world will watch you in shock and say, "Where did this person come from?" And you'll say, "I came from the fire. I came from pain. I came from rock bottom, and I made it." The clock is ticking. It doesn't care if you're not ready. Every second that slips from your hand is a second you'll never get back. So now, pick up your heart, fix your posture, clean your tears, and start walking again. Take action today, not tomorrow.